Namaste and welcome to our Vinyasa Flow practice. My name is Michelle Chua, and you'll want to have a couple of yoga blocks if you have that or something as an alternative, and a strap. Let's start in a comfortable way to sit. You might find it comfortable to sit on one or two blocks by elevating your pelvis, helping your spine to lengthen upright, especially if you're sitting cross-legged. So take a moment to settle into your practice, making a conscious transition to let go of anything that you were attending to just prior to now so that you can fully be present for yourself. I thought that we would practice some core strengthening postures and movements today. And when you think of core, when I think of core, I'm not only talking about our physical core muscles from the top of the neck throughout the torso to the bottom of the pelvis and all the way around that mainly support, stabilize, and mobilize the spine, helping with balance. But also I think about your core values, what is important to you. And the energy center or chakra that is related to working with our core in both of those meanings is Manipura chakra, your solar plexus energy center, situated around your upper abdomen, your middle back, the area of the kidneys, and a lot of your digestive organs. It also has to do with how you relate to your ego. And while many tradition or wisdom teachings might, point to the ego as something to obliterate, I think it's there for a reason, right? In times that we might need a little more fire to take action towards something, or if we need to protect ourselves, if we're going through trauma and, defense mechanisms are necessary for our survival in the moment. However, when we are not aware that the ego is in the driver's seat of our perceptions and actions, and we think that we are the voice of the ego, that's when problems can start. In yoga philosophy, it talks about one of the 5 root causes of suffering as asmita, which is Sanskrit for ego clinging. And one way that I can practice self-inquiry to take a look at where I'm coming from, whether how I'm perceiving a situation or the roots of my actions, what is my motivation for doing or saying something, is to ask myself the question, is this coming from love or is this coming from fear? Because many times, fear-driven is ego-driven. So that's a question that I invite you to ask as you move throughout the practice and discern the way you vary a pose, what your attention is on when you're sustaining an asana or flowing through movements. What is your motivation? Am I coming from love or am I coming from fear? And without judging yourself, if you find that, it's something that you don't want to come from, but rather bring loving awareness, which in turn breeds freedom to choose. All right, let's take a moment to pause and observe our bodies. Noticing the sensations happening throughout your body right now. And listen to how your body might be communicating its needs to you. Notice the flow of breath, the qualities of your breathing without controlling or changing your breath. Just letting your breathing inform you about your nervous system and your energetic state. And notice how you feel mentally, emotionally. Let's begin to deepen the breath in to your nose, out to your mouth, in through the nose a little slower, out through the mouth a little slower. And continue a few more exhales through your mouth, taking your time to gently expand the four walls of your rib cage, front and back, left and right. What is something right now that you feel grateful for? Drawing on that lens of gratitude to bring clarity to your intention. What are you choosing to focus your energy on? And practice embodying, bringing with you after this practice, whether it be a quality of feeling such as groundedness or confidence or balanced awareness, or something more specific in any area of your life that you are creating a shift in. And is there anyone that you would like to dedicate this practice to today? Extending them loving kindness, whether it be an individual, a group, such as your family, household, community, or the entire planet or universe. Together, let's open practice, joining our voices in support of each other and ourselves, and to connect with our Mother Earth by chanting her vibrational sound, Om, 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Ha. 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 As you continue to breathe slowly and consciously, let's begin a practice that helps us to focus our minds and move in balanced energy, steady effort, easefulness. It's called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breathing. And it's done by closing your lips and softly constricting the back of your throat so that you can create a very gentle and smooth whispering sound. As you start to create that sound, begin to lengthen your in-breath as slowly as your out-breath, creating a smooth, steady rhythm, mimicking the sound of gentle ocean waves. Let the sound serve as an anchor for your mind so that while you're moving your body or being still in postures, it can be a way of meditating. Continue to listen to that sound, and I invite you to start on your back as we're going to be focusing on physically core strengthening. Let's start just lying down and stretching the arms overhead and moving any gentle way that your body needs to start loosening up as you continue to listen to that consistent rhythm in your breathing. Start to draw your navel in towards your spine and lift it up slightly towards your heart, activating your abdomen. Stretching the legs long. Start to point or flex your feet to engage the muscles in your legs. Bring your thumbs each to touch each other, your index fingers each to touch each other, arms overhead. So you're creating a diamond shape out of your hands. And as you breathe in, continue to draw the navel in and up, lengthen your tailbone towards your inner heels. Now, as you breathe out, contract your abdomen, bend your knees towards your chest, and lift your head and shoulders, stretching your index fingers past the knees, keeping the diamond shape of your hands. Inhale, hover your heels off the floor, raise your arms overhead, relax the head and shoulders. Exhale again, contract and lift. Let's keep going. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Two more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract. Now from here, bring your hands behind your head as if you're about to do a sit-up. Elbows bent apart, shoulders relaxing down. Lift the head and shoulders. Draw your upper belly towards the back and straighten your legs forward to hover your heels 2 inches off the ground. Inhale here, keep lifting the head and shoulders. Exhale, lift your legs straight up towards the ceiling very slowly. Inhale, slowly lower your legs just to hover the heels as close to the ground as you can without dropping them. Exhale, lift. Let's keep going. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Last two. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Now from here, bend your knees so that your shins are parallel to the floor. Feet are off the ground. Stack your knees right above your hips and imagine you're sitting in a chair in this shape. Place your palms on your lap and draw your navel towards the spine. Stretch the tailbone forward so that you're engaging the belly. Press your palms against your thighs and resist with your thighs pressing against your palms. As they press into each other, continue to activate your deep lower belly muscle, your transverse abdominis. Relax the head and shoulders down, lengthen the neck. Keep pressing. And notice how you don't see any visible movements. You can feel that engagement. We're here for another 20 seconds, breathing in, breathing out through the nose. Slow, steady ocean wave sound in the breath. Palms pressing against the thighs, thighs resisting against the palms. One more deep breath. And keep the legs as they are. Open the arms wide apart like a T on the ground. Keep the shoulders on the floor. Inhale, draw the navel in, lengthen your spine, both up and down. Exhale, slowly lower your knees to the right, as close to the ground as you can hover your legs without dropping them, and without lifting the left shoulder off the floor. Inhale, lift your knees slowly to center. Very slowly, exhale, hover your knees as close to the ground to the left side without dropping them, without lifting the right shoulder. Inhale slowly to center. Let's continue. You can keep the knees bent or add rigor by straightening the legs. And exhale, hover to the right. If legs are straight, try hovering your feet over your hand. Inhale, center. Really slow and controlled movements rather than going fast with momentum. Exhale, twist. So now we're warming up our obliques at the sides of your waist, part of your core. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Notice the expression on your face right now. Exhale, twist. Bringing the attitude of love as you notice your mind, the voices that might narrate your experience. Keep going. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Remembering that one of the practices of yoga, inhale, center, is self-study. Exhale, twist, or in Sanskrit, it's called svadhyaya. Inhale, center, last one. Make it an even number on both sides. And come back to center. Draw your bent knees apart. Happy baby pose. You might rock. You might straighten one leg out to the side and then the other, or both. If you need to release excess heat, let's try a couple of lion's breaths, Simasana Pranayama, in which you breathe in deeply through your nose, and then you open your mouth and eyes wide, stick out your tongue, and exhale any sound that feels releasing to you. Ah. Once more, inhale deeply, let it go. Draw your knees together, round into a ball, and rock forward and back several times, building momentum so that eventually you can rock all the way up to stand in mountain pose. And in mountain pose, we're about to prepare or about to practice our sun salutations. If you would like to place blocks in front of your feet as you stand at the top of your mat, those blocks can be helpful in bringing the ground up to you when you come into half forward fold, if the ground feels too low to place your hands on. So separate your feet hips distance, parallel, and standing tall, root down through the four corners of each foot, rebounding and energizing effect in the legs, a lengthening effect up your spine. Join your hands in prayer at your heart center, connecting to your intention for your practice. As we offer gratitude to the sun, as we work with the solar plexus, your fire element, stoking the fire in sun salutation C, Surya Namaskar C. As you breathe in, sweep your arms overhead and roll your shoulders back, coiling your chest up. As you breathe out, bow from your hips. Plant your fingertips on the earth. Inhale, step your left knee behind you. Kneeling lunge, look up. While holding your breath, step to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, slither forward into a gentle cobra. Exhale, lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward beside your left thumb and lower your right knee, gazing up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and fold. Press to your feet. Inhale, slowly rise, gently coiling your chest up, a gentle back bend. Exhale as though blessing yourself. Bring your hands in prayer from crown to heart center. Second side, inhale, sweep the arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow forward in Uttanasana. Lower your fingertips. Inhale, step your right knee back in Anjaneyasana. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Exhale, lower knees, then chest, then chin in Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, draw your hips back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step your right foot beside right thumb, left knee down, look up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and fold, rooting down to your feet. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your palms at your heart center, Padasana. Let's continue with Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. This time, press your hands on your two blocks, your shins or the ground. Inhale, lengthen forward to half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Step to plank pose. Let's pause there for a few breaths. Stack the shoulders over your wrists. Press the ground away. Feel the rebound effect. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. You can lower your knees to the floor if you need more support. Lift the sides of your belly. Gaze at the ground ahead of the thumbs. Lengthen your neck. If your legs are straight, firm your inner heels back. Engage the muscles in your legs, especially your quadriceps. With a slow exhalation, glide forward and pause halfway down, hugging your elbows towards your ribs in Chaturanga Dandasana. Then inhale to Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Spend the first few breaths here, moving any way your body might be asking you to loosen up. Pedaling your feet, swiveling your hips, shaking and nodding your head. Listen to the quality of your breath. And start to find stillness, even the eyes. Let your gaze steady gently on one point as you listen to 2 cycles of breath. When you've emptied the second breath, step or lightly jump into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Uttanasana. Press with your hands. Inhale, lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale again, fold Uttanasana. Root down to your soles. Inhale, rise up into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale your hands in prayer in mountain pose. Once more in this moving meditation, listen to your breath. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen Ardha Uttanasana. Step, some of you might float to Chaturanga. Exhale, lower the way you need to as you honor your body. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for 2 breaths, cultivating stillness. We're going to add on from here, from downward facing dog. Keep your 2 hips leveled and inhale, raise your right leg straight behind you. As you exhale, glide forward to plank pose. Your legs are straight, shoulders over wrists, right foot is lifted. Inhale, press the instep of your right foot back and stretch the crown of your head forward. Exhale, twist at your waistline, not the shoulders, and cross your right knee to touch left elbow, twisting plank. Stay in plank. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, tap the right knee to the outside of your right armpit in plank. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, contract your belly, round your back, bend the knee towards your nose, and softly land the right foot beside right thumb in a high lunge. Inhale to rise to crescent pose. Squaring your hips to equally face forward, drop your tailbone and slightly lift your frontal hip bones. Bring the feeling into your legs as if you're dragging your feet towards each other. Sensing that rootedness as you lengthen up through the spine. Relaxing your eyes on one point. 2 more breaths. On an exhale, turn to your left side. Align your right heel to intersect the arch of your left foot and straighten your legs for triangle pose. Glide your hips sideways towards your back wall. Lengthen your torso towards your front wall. And lightly lower your right fingertips on your right shin or just to the right side of it, maybe on a block. Wrapping your right outer hip beneath you. Spin your chest slightly to face the sky. Let's listen to 4 more breaths in Trikonasana. Lower your hands to plank pose and step right into downward facing dog. Pause for 1 cycle of breath. Notice anything you feel in your body. Keep your hips leveled. Inhale, raise the left leg behind you. Exhale, keep it lifted and glide forward to plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. Stay here as you inhale, lift the sides of the belly and lengthen the crown of your head forward. Twist at your waist, not your shoulders, and exhale, cross the left knee to tap your right elbow in plank. Stay in plank. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, tap the left knee outside your left armpit. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, see if you could kiss your knee as you round the back. Step the foot beside left thumb. Stay high on the ball of your right foot. Inhale to rise into crescent lunge. So square your hips to face forward. Lift your frontal hip bones. Feel as though you're dragging your feet towards each other. Stability through the legs as you lengthen up to your spine, relaxing your shoulders. Last 3 breaths. Turn to your right side and drop the right heel. Align your left heel to intersect the arch of your right foot. With arms wide, straight legs, glide your hips sideways towards your back wall and lengthen your torso towards your front wall, lowering your left fingertips gently on your left shin or just to the left side of it. Stacking your shoulders and wrists as you spin your chest slightly to face the sky. Trikonasana for 4 more deep breaths. This time, lower your hands at the front of your mat and step forward, feet together, touching Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold. Closing our sun salutation A. Inhale, rise to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands in prayer at your heart center. Let's bend the knees together, chair pose, coming into a twist. As you inhale, draw the hips back, lengthen your spine. Keep your heart higher than your hips. Keep the pelvis still and exhale, begin twisting to your right, breath by breath. Optional if it's available to hook the left elbow outside your right thigh. Draw your shoulder blades down your back ribs. 4 more breaths. Parita Utkatasana. Come back to center in chair. Inhale your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale to rise, mountain pose. Couple of breaths. Notice your inner talk. Practicing observing the mind and maybe bringing the inquiry, where is my motivation coming from? Fear or love? Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to your left side, begin to twist. 5 more breaths. Come back to chair. Inhale, arms up. This time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Take it to your vinyasa of choice. We'll meet in downward facing dog. In downward dog, spread your fingers wide and flat. Wrap your outer upper arms towards the ground and draw your shoulder blades back. Bring your feet together to touch and steady your breathing. Inhale, come forward to plank pose, shoulders over wrists, legs straight, flexing the feet. Look at your right wall and exhale, roll to the outside edge of your left foot, stacking your feet as you flex them both. Raise your right arm into side plank, Vashisthasana. Find a point to rest your eyes on for 5 breaths. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. Feel every part of your body that's touching the ground root down to rise up. Last 2 breaths. Softly step your right foot forward to the upper right corner of your mat. Drop your back heel, warrior 1. Squaring your hips to face forward, straighten your back leg and bend your front knee just over the ankle. And slightly lift your frontal hip bones. With your eyes resting on one point, listen to another 3 cycles of breath. Virabhadrasana 1. As we move into Degasana, you could either have your arms down by your sides, the milder version, or keep your arms overhead, more rigor on the lower back. So ask your body what it needs. Draw your navel in and up, keep your hips squared forward, and lengthen your torso to hover your belly just above your right thigh. So you're creating a diagonal. Rest your eyes on the ground ahead of your right foot and listen to 4 more cycles of breath. Either lower your hands on blocks or the floor or keep the hands off the ground, warrior 3, creating a horizontal line out of the midline of your body. Turn both hips to equally face the ground. Step back to warrior 1. Deep breath in, optional vinyasa, or take a moment in child's pose. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Notice anything that's arising in your mind, body, energy. Listen to the sound of your breathing. Continue to rebalance your energy by balancing the breath. Bring your feet together to touch in downward dog. Wrap your triceps towards the earth. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, come forward to plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Lift the sides of the belly, lengthen your neck. Look at your left wall and roll to the outside edge of your right foot, flex, stacking your feet. Raise your left arm, root down to rise. Let your eyes rest on one point as you listen to 5 cycles of breath in side plank, Vashisthasana. Step your left foot gently to the upper left corner of your mat. Drop the right heel flat. Facing forward, rise up, warrior one. Squaring your hips to face forward, bend your front knee just above the ankle and straighten your back leg. Slightly lift your frontal hip bones. For Degasana, either have your arms down by your sides or keep the rigor of arms overhead. Lengthen your torso forward diagonally to hover your belly just a couple inches above your left thigh. Keep turning your hips to face forward. Shift forward into warrior three, flexing your right foot off the ground. Step back slowly to warrior one. And this time, let's pivot to face the right edge of your mat, coming into a wide stance, parallel your feet, and bring your hands behind your lower back to clasp. Roll your shoulders behind you as you inhale, look up. And exhale, glide your pelvis forward to line up with your ankles and hinge from your hips, breath by breath. Stretching the arms away from your lower back as you bend the elbows slightly to lift the shoulders while dropping your head. Prasarita Padottanasana, last 3 breaths. And then lower your hands from here. If you have a tripod headstand practice in the middle of the room, you're welcome to enter that. Otherwise, some options is to add another twist. One hand down, one arm to the sky, count a few breaths and switch. Or clasp your big toes with your index and middle fingers and pull yourself deeper into the forward fold. Taking your time. When both feet are on the ground, extend your spine forward halfway up and pause. Crawl your hands to the front of your mat and pivot to face the front in a lunge. Let's prepare for single pigeon pose. Lower your right knee and turn out your left thigh at the hip, gliding your left ankle towards the right edge of your mat or your right hip. Square your hips to face forward equally. If there's a gap between your left glute and the ground, use your block, a sweater, a blanket to fill that gap. Relax your back toes and choose either to stay upright, maybe mermaid pose where you take hold of your inner right ankle or calf with your right hand, clasping the hands overhead. Fold forward or thread the right arm under the left, bend to elbow and rest the right side of the head down. We're here for 5 more deep breaths. And start to come up slowly and back to downward facing dog, where you might want to raise your left leg in the air, bend the knee and turn out the thigh, maybe even flip it over into wild thing if you practice that. Now from downward facing dog, turn out your right thigh at the hip, Slide your right shin across your mat in front of your pelvis and lower to sit with left leg straight behind you. Square your hips to equally face the front of your mat. And if you find there's a gap between your right glute and the ground, fill that gap with a prop. How did you practice single pigeon on your first side? Mermaid, folding forward, or thread the needle? Let's count another 5 deep breaths. To come back to downward facing dog, lifting your right leg towards the sky, bend the knee, open the thigh at the hip, maybe flip it over into Wild Thing. Let's meet on our backs, preparing for bridge pose. Bend your knees, step your feet on the ground, hips distance apart, parallel to each other. With your arms down by your sides, step your feet back until you could almost touch your heels with your fingertips, but not quite. Ground your feet and shoulders, tilt the chin back, and inhale, slowly lift your hips off the ground and stay lifted for your count of 5 to 8 deep breaths. Slide your upper arms closer together under your back ribs. And while keeping your arms straight, if your hands meet, you could interlace the fingers. Press into the ground with your outer upper arms. Keep your thighs parallel as you spin your inner thighs slightly towards the ground. Without visibly moving your feet, energetically drag your heels back towards your glutes while stretching the fronts of your thighs forward. Feel your breath expanding your lungs, your rib cage, your heart center, and your solar plexus. When you're ready to come down, use a slow exhalation to pace, lowering your spine as if one vertebra at a time. Pause for a couple of breaths and notice what you feel. Notice the mind talk. Either practice bridge pose again, same way on your own, or if you normally practice upward facing bow and know how to practice it safely, invite you into that Urdhva Dhanurasana for 5 to 8 breaths on your own. Remember to keep your feet parallel to each other, thighs parallel to each other, and if you're in upward bow, arms parallel to each other. Take your time lowering to the ground and pausing to rest for 2 breaths. We have one last back bend to go. I invite you to turn over onto your belly for bow Dhanurasana. Start by resting your forehead on the ground and sliding your knees as close together as you comfortably can. Then reach back with your hands as you bend the knees to hold your ankles or feet. Press your pubic bone into the ground. Kick your feet back while pulling them towards you. Lift your knees and hug them close together so they don't splay wider apart than hips distance. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and count 5 to 10 deep breaths. When you've let it go, you might want to make a pillow out of your forearms to rest your head on as you windshield wiper your shin side to side. Maybe cooling off with a couple of lion's breaths. Please gently press yourself up to sit with your legs in front of you for a seated twist. Start by extending your left leg forward and stepping your right foot on the ground. Either set it up in front of your right hip or crossed outside your left knee, or there also bend the left knee. As long as your two sitting bones are equally grounded and you're sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed. Place your right hand behind you, raise your left arm and press into the ground with your lower body as you lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, twist at your waistline to the right and lower your left arm to hold your right leg or to hook the elbow outside of the thigh. And let this cool down part of your practice be more about letting go of effort, less about doing more or exerting yourself. And to support that more yin energy, you might breathe out slightly longer than you breathe in. Unwinding your spine. Let's switch sides. Straighten the right leg forward, bend the left knee. Either step the left foot in front of your left hip, crossed outside of your right knee, or maybe there, bend the right knee too. See if you can set up similarly as your first side. Left hand behind you, right arm up, root down. Inhale, rise up. And exhale a little bit longer, twisting to the left. Lower your right arm. Unwind your spine and straighten your legs in front for Paschimottanasana. Root down to your sitting bones. And if you tend to round your back when you're bowing, let's try to avoid that by using a strap around the balls of your feet, giving yourself enough slack in the hands to roll the shoulders back and down. Flex your feet and sit up tall as you breathe in. Exhaling maybe a little longer. Hinge from your hips, little by little. Now, some of you, if you're not rounding your back and you have the capacity to, you can clasp your big toes. A few more deep breaths. Root down through your pelvis, lead with your chest. Inhale to slowly rise. Please find a comfortable way to rest your body in corpse pose. I'm going to take a moment to set up in a comfortable shavasana, and I'll invite you into one more pranayama while you're lying down. If you would like lower back support as you lie down, you can place each block under the back of each knee. Splaying your feet apart as you stretch the legs out. Turning the palms up by your sides and dropping your shoulders back and closing your eyes. Invite you into a calming breathing technique called box breathing or Samavriti Pranayama. Closing the lips softly, breathing in and out through the nose, no longer trying to create a sound. We'll inhale for 4 counts. Hold the breath in while relaxing for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts and hold the breath out while relaxing for 4 counts. All of this being done while you are lying down in Shavasana, because when we're finished with the breathing control, I'll invite you to just relax all effort and drop right into rest. Let's prepare to begin box breathing by emptying this breath. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Second cycle. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 4. Hold 4. Continue 2 more cycles on your own before letting go of controlling the breath. And when you have let go, allow yourself to rest more deeply within Shavasana. Notice how your body is feeling now and gently begin to slowly wake it up, starting with small movements, maybe keeping your eyes closed and easing into simple stretches before you turn over onto your right side and rest your head. Spend a few moments observing your breathing and noticing how you feel now energetically. Then take your time lifting your body up to find a comfortable way to sit for sitting meditation for 5 minutes. Sitting tall and relaxed, maybe closing the eyes, perhaps hands in Gyan Mudra or stacking the palms, thumb tips resting to touch. Let's begin. Resting your awareness on the feeling of the natural breath coming and going. Feeling your loving presence as you observe what kinds of thoughts pass by without needing to judge them. Just simply be aware of them. Notice how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. And so, in what ways can you bring that loving awareness into your day-to-day life? And looking at the roots of your actions before you take action and asking yourself, is this coming from love or is this coming from fear? And observe when the ego is in the driver's seat. And once you know, you have a choice. With that, let's bring closure to this practice, taking a moment to offer gratitude to someone or something that you appreciate right now. Come back to your intention for this practice and to whom you dedicated it to. Let's close by chanting Om 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Ha. Ha. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.